Chila appears in court, dazed, unshaven, on suicide watch. Thousands gather at the Capitol to mourn a lawmaker and a husband, and a state senator still fights for his life after taking bullets meant to silence him. This isn't just another crime story, it's the fallout of a politically motivated terror campaign. You are watching Fix Africa News Network, and this is your exclusive breakdown, from the courtroom to the casket and every dab detail in between. On June 27th, Vance Boelter shuffled into a federal courtroom in St. Paul, Minnesota, looking like a man unraveling. He begged the judge for rest, saying, "I haven't slept for 3 nights." He turned to concentrate. Prosecutors were unmoved. Boelter faces both state and federal charges, ranging from murder to interstate stalking to using firearms in a terror plot. The stakes? Life in prison or death. Inside our courtroom sat the families of the fallen, watching, waiting, demanding justice. While Boelter made headlines in court, across town, Minnesota stood still. For the first time in state history, the woman laying state at the Capitol, Representative Melissa Hortman, the former Speaker of the House, her husband also killed in the attack, was mourned beside her. Attendees included Governor Tim Walz, former President Joe Biden, former Vice President Kamala Harris, and nearly every living Minnesota lawmaker. The message was clear: we will not be intimidated by violence. We will lead in the light. Thousands lined the streets during the funeral procession, the silence more powerful than any speech. And what about Senator Hoffman and his wife Jane? Shot multiple times in their home, they were rushed into emergency surgery. Jane remains in serious but stable condition, while Senator Hoffman is now out of intensive care, though still hospitalized. Sources say he has already asked for updates on legislative matters from his hospital bed. His staff say he's more determined than ever and grateful to be alive. Survivors fight as symbols of resilience. But the case doesn't end at the hospital. Federal agents have uncovered even more disturbing details from Boelter's devices. His GPS shows stops at 4 lawmakers' homes, meaning at least 2 more lives narrowly escaped his scope. Investigators found an updated manifesto naming at least more 45 high-profile Democratic officials and abortion advocates spanning across 5 states. Another police star SUV was found at his place. Yes, outfitted with tinted windows, tactical gear and police decals, a perfect impersonation cheat. Prosecutors call it a professionally staged operation, executed with ideological intent. And now, the spotlight turns to his wife, Jenny Boelter. She was pulled over while carrying about $10,000 in cash, passports, and a firearm. She claims she was completely blindsided, and investigators say she is cooperating. But her paper passed, her husband's warnings to stay away from the house, her knowledge of their survivalist lifestyle, all of it is under scrutiny. As one FBI agent told the press, "We're not ruling anything out, not yet." Experts now see Boelter represents a growing type, the lone wolf with a course, training and a target list. A man who masked radicalism behind religion, disguised violence beneath funeral suits, and turned personal figure into a political war. The warning is loud: ideology plus preparation equals danger. This wasn't spontaneous, this was a blueprint, and the next one could already be watching. So what now? Will Jenny be charged? How will the justice system respond? And more importantly, how do we stop the next Vance Boelter before he pulls the trigger? The US needs to start thinking of ways to prevent these sort of dark minds, or at least nip them in the bud. You're watching Fix Africa News Network. Subscribe, comment, share, because in a world like this, you deserve more than just airlines. Stay safe, stay smart, stay focused.